You know, one of the things I want to say to you guys is to always be aware of outside voices. Always be aware of outside voices. Well, what's outside voices? You know, some people might say, what is outside voices? What is that? Outside voices are anything that either don't understand or don't agree with the vision that you're pursuing. If the voice, I don't care if it's coming from a person or even if it's something internal, right? Always be aware of those voices. And remember that they dwell on the outside of the vision. They dwell on the outside. They can't see it. They can't see it. You were shown the vision, not them. So don't get upset if people don't agree with you. Don't get upset if people bash what you're doing. Don't get upset if every time you attempt to cause that vision to come to pass, you find out a way that didn't work. You know, I don't believe in rejection, but I do believe in direction. So even though you're getting, you know, you could be pursuing something or going after something, and it seems like every door you try to open, you get rejected. But in reality, it's really direction coming your way. Direction is being given. Always say, and some of you heard me say it before, closed doors come to give direction. You wouldn't have known to even be where you are if some doors hadn't been closed. Think about every area of your life where you've had success. Think about that for a minute. Every area of your life where you had success. I don't care if it was school, work, business, relationships, no matter what it was. Everything that was successful, unless you just happened to come into it on the first strike, you ran into some closed doors. You ran into some bad relationships. You ran into a bunch of no's, right? You ran into being in places where you figured out either you didn't fit in or your way of thinking didn't fit in to the atmospheres that you were going into. So what did you do? You didn't stay there. For the most part, you left. If you didn't leave immediately, eventually you got out of there and you left. And as you left, it took you closer and closer to where your vision is located. So your vision, what you're seeing already exists. It just exists in a place where you may not know how to get there, or you may not even know exactly where it is. But it exists. And the reason you know it exists is because you saw it, because you caught it in your mind. You caught it in your spirit that hey, this is it. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to go. This is who I want to be with. This is what I want to come into. This is it. You see it. You see it. Whether you saw a picture, whether it was in your mind or physically, you saw it. Whether you saw a video, whether it was in your mind or you physically saw the video, it doesn't matter. You saw it, and now you know you want that. And now that thing exists. It exists in a place that's totally attainable to you. It's totally attainable. It's not something that like I can't get that, or I can't have that. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna get that. Just know that it exists in a place that you're not prohibited. You're allowed to go there. You're allowed to bring that thing to pass in your own life. You're allowed to cause it to manifest. Nothing can stop you. You are unstoppable. Everything that exists is tangible. It is yours. You can have it. Doesn't matter what it is. Long as you're willing to get on that vibrational level of where that thing is located, you can come into it. You know, I put up a short post not too long ago where I said money is a byproduct of a greater energy. Money is a byproduct of a greater energy. Money is the end game. It's the end game of a greater energy, because the energy it took to cause that money to manifest is where the real power is. It's not in the money. The money is the end of the game. It's the end of the manifestation, right? In many cases, depending on what you're going after or what you're trying to do. But it's the end game. It's not the real power is the energy that it took in order to cause that to manifest in your life. That's what the real power is. So it's not, you don't chase after money. What you seek to do is to learn and obtain and understand the energy it takes in order to cause things like money to manifest, love, better friendships to manifest, love to manifest in your life, having better relationships in your life. It takes a greater energy. Those are end games. Sometimes we get caught up in end games, and we should be focusing on the energy it takes to cause that thing to manifest. Right? You're not gonna be in a good relationship if you don't process the energy it takes to cause that to manifest in your life. That what you're looking to gravitate to yourself requires a certain level of energy, some kind of movement, some kind of adjustment, a certain level of thinking. It requires a mindset. It requires a certain measure of submission, right? In order to get that love of your life to show up, or if you have it, in order to maintain and to keep it, it takes energy. It takes self-denial. It takes keeping that individual in mind at all times, in every key decision that you make. That's the real energy. That's what you got to learn how to master. When you learn how to master that, everything else is to come easy. Money comes easy. Substance comes easy. Love comes easy because you know what it takes to maintain and to keep that in your atmosphere, right? You understand what it takes to keep love in the atmosphere. You understand. But when you get it, you don't just stop. That's when you begin to continue to flow in. That's when you take it up a notch. That's when you turn it up, right? Once you obtain what you're looking for, you don't just stop doing, okay, you want that big house, you get the big house, then what, you just stop doing everything? No. You continue in that energy and you take it up higher. You take it higher. Not that you got to go get another house unless that's what you want. Perfectly nothing wrong with that. But you take the energy higher, and now you point the energy in other directions. Right now that I'm getting substance, now that I'm getting money, now that I'm able to obtain certain things, now I'm about to, and my footing is stable. I'm stable. My grounds are stable. I'm not wobbling all over the place. I'm not up and down. I'm stable. Now I can turn around and start helping people. I can start giving more. I can start developing programs that can help people get up to where I am and go beyond me. Right? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It's about obtaining the resources you need in order to rise up and begin to help other people. Begin to bring other people out of poverty. Poverty, not just when I say poverty, I'm not talking about just food, even poverty of the mind. A lot of people have a impoverished mind, so they can't go anywhere. They're hindered because up here, there's the real poverty is in the mind. So they're stuck. They can't get out because their mind is impoverished. They don't study. They don't seek out information. They don't seek to get around people that have already obtained what it is they're looking for. That's the real energy. That's the real energy that brings you into what you're looking for. That's the real energy. It's the effort. It's the planning. It's the sacrifice. Right? That's the real energy. That's the real energy. You don't have to chase money. You don't have to chase things and stuff. But what you do have to pursue is what it takes to cause things to manifest in your life. That's what you need to pursue. If it takes more work, go work more, work harder, work smarter. If it takes more resources, go get the resources you need. Find out where they are. Find out what you got to do to get them. Find out what you got to do to put your hands on it. Find out how your name what you got to do in order to have your name mentioned in circles where these resources are endless, where you can get your hands on them, where you can make one phone call and boom, it's there. And then boom, you can turn around and begin to help other people. That's what you need to be chasing. It's that information. It's always going to breed manifestation when you execute it. That's the real energy. That's the real energy. Listen, stay focused. Keep that in mind. I'm Coach Mark, and I'm here to help you, mold you, and help position you to be able to get where it is you desire to be. Have a blessed day on purpose.